Hello there, Emma Thornleys here from emmathornleys.com, empowering midlife women to empower themselves. Today I'm talking about Konenki, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, a totally different and empowered approach to menopause. Empowered and menopause in the same sentence, I hear you say. When we often think about menopause, when we're in midlife, what does it bring up for you? Change, health, unknown, beginnings, endings, not sure, help. Menopause is generally understood in the West to be a phase of life that brings about significant changes in a woman's body, both physically and emotionally. It's a subject that's been widely discussed in Western cultures, but often in hushed tones and accompanied by a sense of dread and negativity. But wait there. How about a totally different way of looking at it? In Japan, the perception of menopause is totally different. In this video post today, we're going to explore the Japanese word Konenki and how it is so much more empowered than the Western perception of menopause. In Japan, menopause is referred to as Konenki, which literally translates to the years of transition or a new sense of purpose and growth. These terms embody a much more positive and empowered perspective on this natural stage of life. Instead of viewing menopause as a decline or an end, the Japanese embrace it as an opportunity for personal growth and discovery, a time for something a bit new, different. But who ever heard of a way of looking at it like that? To give a bit of cultural context between the difference between how the West perceive it and Japan, the perceptions of menopause are very different because in Japan, age is revered and respected. Older individuals are seen as repositories of wisdom and experience. And the cultural appreciation of aging shows and allows Japanese women to approach menopause as a natural part of life rather than something to be feared or hidden, which sounds pretty liberating to me. What do you think? In Western societies, menopause is often associated with negative connotations such as hot flashes, mood swings, sleep disruption, and loss of fertility. The emphasis tends to be on the physical and emotional challenges that women face during this time, primarily the physical. Conversely, in Japan, there is a shift in perspective towards embracing the positive aspects of menopause, including a new phase of life, the freedom, the greater wisdom that it brings. How empowering is that? Japanese women view Konenki as a time of empowerment and liberation. It is an opportunity for self-reflection, self-care, and personal growth. Menopause is seen as a natural transition to in a new phase of life. Women can focus on themselves a bit more and pursue their passions. This change in mindset allows women to celebrate their age and embrace the wisdom that comes with it. Makes sense if you think about it, as in during menopause, many of us reach a different stage of our lives, our careers, with our families. If we've got kids, maybe they're leaving home or about to. Our relationships might change. We might be supporting aging parents, reassessing our priorities, and just thinking about life a bit differently. Another significant difference between Western and Japanese women's experiences of menopause lies in the support networks that are available. In Japan, there is a very strong emphasis on sisterhood, on community and social support. Women often gather in groups called kakikai, or menopause societies, to share their experiences, seek advice, offer each other emotional support. These groups foster a sense of solidarity and provide a safe space for women to navigate the changes of Konenki together. Support through menopause, whether going through friendship or reaching out to others that we feel safe to talk to, is so important during this transition time. Just like friends become super important to adolescents, this is another phase of life where friends or other supportive people can really help us during the transition. Who do you feel comfortable with talking about menopause? Friends, family, a health professional? Have you got any niggles, concerns, or questions that you feel that you could explore with others? in Japan, they also very much focus on holistic wellness in menopause. Traditional practices such as herbal medicine, acupuncture, and dietary adjustments are commonly used to alleviate menopausal symptoms. Rather than relying solely on hormone replacement therapy, Japanese women often explore natural remedies and lifestyle changes to promote overall well-being during Konenki, which is not to say by any means that HRT is not a solution for many menopause symptoms too. The key thing here is for us to reach out for help for what works for us and the symptoms that we might be experiencing. Remembering not everyone's experiences are the same, not everyone's symptoms are the same, and that the potential list for symptoms and side effects of menopause can be pretty long. Menopause is not just something to endure. It is something that we often can see that it needs some help with, and we need to feel comfortable being able to reach out for help. Reaching out to a health professional, for example, would be a natural first port of call if we're having symptoms. But we also need to remember that sometimes this can take several attempts to find the right person or the treatment for us. It's so important for our health and well-being rather than just sitting in the dark and feeling worried or uncertain. If it doesn't work, keep going. Ask others what helped them, educate ourselves, reach out for the support that we need. So what now? The Japanese word Konenki offers us a refreshing and empowering perspective on menopause. Instead of viewing it as a decline or a loss, the Japanese embrace menopause as a transformative phase of life. By celebrating the wisdom and experiences that come with age, Japanese women find empowerment, support, and a renewed sense of purpose. Perhaps we can all learn from this cultural approach and shift our own perceptions of menopause, focusing on the positive aspects of this natural transition whilst not neglecting ourselves and our needs in the process, and also exploring the new freedom and liberation we might get. What do you think? I'd love to hear your comments below. In the meantime, here are 7 tips to help embrace menopause in the Japanese empowered Konenki way. Number 1, spice up your perspective. Why not try and work towards the view that menopause is a more flavourful chapter of your life, filled with new adventures and personal growth? Use it as an opportunity to get to know yourself again, what you want at this stage in your life, especially if you are having new freedoms and different senses of responsibility related maybe to your work, to your family life. Number 2, form a sisterhood or a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends, health professionals, mentors, coaches who understand the ups and downs of menopause. Sharing our hopes, our fears, shared experiences and triumphs together can really help us feel more supportive and also feel that we are connected to others, which is really important throughout our lives, but particularly in times of change. Get yourself checked out. Number 3, having a full medical checkup to include blood and hormone tests, regular breast checks, smear tests, possibly even bone density are super important at this stage in our lives, particularly if you've spotted any changes, however small they might be. Find someone you can talk to that's a health professional that will listen and not neglect your symptoms and your fears. Number 4, view this time of life as a good time to take stock. Review your life, what's working for you right now, what's feeling good, or maybe what's not. For example, are there any habits that you've picked up along the way that are no longer serving you? How about taking a bit of a life inventory and reviewing where you are and what you might want to switch up or switch off? Number 5, embrace wellness holistically. Now might be a good time to explore some other remedies, natural, movement that you enjoy. And also, they recommend that doing some kind of strength-based exercises during this time is really beneficial. So we don't always have to look at going to the gym or doing the more aerobic forms of exercise. Maybe you want to give meditation a go, or journaling, or Reiki, acupuncture, whatever takes your fancy, whatever you're curious about, give it a go. Remembering that we are important to take care of our mind, our body, our spirit, particularly during this transformative phase. And last but not least, number 7. I know I messed up on number 5. Educate yourself, read up, listen, talk about menopause with others so you're not operating in the dark. There's a lot of information out there. I know the internet can be a good thing and it can also not be so helpful. We need to learn to listen and trust ourselves and see what works for us. It's really important that we listen to ourselves, that we educate ourselves, we empower ourselves and our bodies during this transition. But primarily, we need to use it as an opportunity to listen to us, what works for us, and what helps us move through this phase of life, however that looks. Whether you are pre, peri, or during menopause or postmenopausal, it's just so important that we reach out for whatever support we do need. We all need help at different times of our lives, and actually asking for help and support is a sign of strength and courage. Remembering, actually, how do you feel if someone asks you for help? Many of us feel so good and so valued, and that we've got something to offer if people do ask us for help or support. Below, I'm going to also share a link, some interesting research I've done with midlife women to learn more about their hopes, fears, and general concerns at this time in their life. It's been really insightful for me as part of my work, and it certainly shows me that one thing that's most important through me and my work is that we are not alone. Even if we do sometimes feel that way, whatever we're encountering in life, that we all often have shared concerns, and if we start to open up and be vulnerable, we'll actually find other people that can relate and support us too. We can support each other. So what about you? Would you like to have a new zest for life and make some tweaks without fear and overwhelm? I've worked with many clients who have broken free from feeling stuck, uncertain, lacking direction or clarity, feeling kind of overwhelmed, indecision, to become more connected to who they are, to gain clarity, freedom, calm, peace about what they want, and excitement for the next stage of their life. So do get in touch with me today. Again, I've shared my contact details in the comments below. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Do feel free to share any comments or questions below, and also to subscribe to my challenge. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.